Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Last time, we learned about Chocobos, we escaped from the Midgar Zolom, and made it to the Mithril Mines. We ran into the Turks, but they didn't seem to bother us much, but they do want to stop us from getting to Sephiroth, because they want to get to him first for some reason. Anywho, I am actually showing off here a materia I missed, as you can see, the long-range materia. I am also doing this post-commentary because my mic wasn't plugged in. Oh well, that's fine. Anyway, long-range materia, it is a pretty cool materia because you equip it on a character like Cloud, who has a sword, and he can attack from the back rows. Like, he can attack like Barret, but with his sword. So he can attack from the back row, and he can also attack enemies in the back row, doing the maximum amount of damage. Now, back over here, Fort Condor. Yeah, I'm going to have to kind of rush because I don't know when things are going to shift around, but they are at war here. And yes, it's called Fort Condor. Sorry I spoiled it. There's a big bird on top of it. It's not like it's that much of a surprise. But they're at war, and they want our help to fight. So I believe we should help them with that. And this opens up a pretty interesting minigame for us. Well, interesting to some people. To me, I don't really like it. It's boring, but you can get some good stuff from it, so that's why I'm doing it. Like, in my normal playthroughs, I usually don't do these mini-games, but, might as well. I do want to show off all the cool stuff anyways, and you do really get something neat at this point in the game, and at other points in the game as well. So let's talk to this sad-looking guy over here. And see what he has to say about this whole war and battle and whatever. So it's against Shinra. And anyone who's against Shinra is fine in my book. But we do want to get involved. So yeah, we're going to hopefully help them out and get some pretty nice rewards for it. Now really there isn't much to, oh yeah, there's a huge bird on top of the reactor, like I said. And that is kind of the key point in this. And there's also a reactor. Now Shinra likes its reactors, and doesn't like the Condor on top of that reactor. So basically we're working for the EPA. Great, because they're wonderful people. But it says there's some type of special materia in the reactor above us. That won't come into play for quite some time. In fact, you never actually have to visit this place until much, much later in the game. But it's on the way, and it provides some cool stuff, so let's stop by now. So they want to get the Condor off of there so that they can get a hold of some sort of special materia. But the Condor has an egg, and I guess Condor eggs only hatch every few years, so we want to make sure that thing is alive and well. So we're going to protect the Condor. You know it. And that's where the interesting minigame will come in. But they don't have the ability to fight for themselves, so they hire soldiers, so that's an important aspect. We're basically going to be getting into some real-time strategy stuff, and that's not my cup of tea. But, after a few tries, which you'll show that I've cut out, it's easy enough. So Cloud is going to decide whether you're going to fight, and I say, alright. Don't you mean lend a paw? Ah, whatever. And lucky for us, in this place, if you go down that ladder that I have trouble getting onto, you've got a free resting point. So you can heal up and save your game. Not too shabby. I'll just save here, and I skip over that. And there are also a couple shops that I'm going to show off, but there's really nothing worth buying here, so don't worry too much about it. Don't worry about going up here. There's just basic items and some materia that we already have. But just in case you do need some items at this juncture, like a hyper tranquilizer, then, well, go on ahead. So yeah, see, we have all that stuff already. So climb back down. And instead go up here where the arrow is, because that will lead you to where you want to go. So talk to this guy, and this is where you will play the minigame. Basically, enemies will try to come up, your soldiers will come from the top and go down, you just need to kill them all, and that's that. So just make sure at the moment that every single enemy is wiped off screen, you win. So let's say there's one enemy left and you're fighting it. If you kill that enemy right then and there, then you win. But if you take too long and another soldier comes up, then you have to kill that one too. So just do your best to fight as hard as you can until there are no enemies left, and that's pretty much it. And well, you'll get a better view of it in a little bit, because I'll show off my winning battle. I was just going to kind of fast forward through it because I had some other attempts that I showed, but I was just able to cut those out, and I'll show you how a whole battle works. Yeah, he's not saying much of anything interesting. I just kind of skip over this kind of stuff and explain it myself. I don't explain it very well, but hey, if you want a better playthrough of these mini games, look somewhere else, because they just don't do it for me, and I'm not very good at them. I mean, I'm good enough to win, but I do it in the cheapest way possible. So basically what he's saying is they have a certain amount of gil that they can spend on soldiers. You can donate more so you can get more. But before the battle starts, you can set soldiers out. But I have a little strategy that I pull. So you can only set a soldier so far down, and this is the lowest far down that I can set them. The enemies are going to come from the bottom. However, the lower down your lowest soldier is, then the lower down you can put a new soldier, if that makes any sense. So, put a soldier there, and then you have to start the game. I put one soldier there, and I put the speed on the highest speed, and as soon as I do, I can start putting soldiers lower, because you don't have to put all your soldiers in at the beginning. You can put as many as you want, as gil allowing, when the battle starts. So you can see there at the bottom, they're starting to come up. Basic goal is to just kind of stop them right when they get there, and it helps so that they can't call reinforcements in time, so you can kill them quickly. You can select each unit and have them do different moves. You can move them to different spots, have them attack different enemies. So you can see I kind of have a line going down, because the lower down my lowest soldier was, the more I was able to go down. And they're basically each soldier has a strength and a weakness. Like, these soldiers are strong against these crab things, but you'll see a soldier a little bit later on. Oh, I'm out of gil, so that's why that's not working out. You can see later on that there is another thing that they'll face up against that they are weak against. There's a lot more strategy involved in this, but I don't really care for it. I just kill everything on screen until it's dead. So yeah, first there are those crab enemies. There will also be flying enemies that they'll kill, and then there'll be one big, like, ogre enemy. You can see on the left there's that red bar that shows how many enemies are on screen. So there are 3 enemies. So if at this point I killed... oh, 4 enemies now. If I kill all 4 of those enemies, then I would have won. Or if I'd killed those 3 enemies before that 4th one popped up, I would have won. You kind of get what I'm saying here? I'm not sure if there is a finite amount of enemies, or if they can call reinforcements endlessly. But what I do know is that if every enemy is wiped off screen, like if there's only one enemy that comes up, and you kill it before any other enemy can come, you will win. And that's pretty much that. And if you do lose this, like if they do manage to reach the top, then you and your party members will actually have to go through a boss fight. It's a pretty easy boss fight, but you'll get a reward that's not quite as worth it. And I think it gets harder if you let more and more battles be lost. So it's best to win them and earn the unique rewards. So yeah, there's the flying enemy. And at different points in the game, there will be new rewards available. So at different points, I will be actually returning here to do new battles. But I'll be doing those off-screen because pretty much what you see is what you get. Like I said, and if you do want to see better videos of this, there are plenty of them on YouTube. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. So all I have is that one type of enemy, and you just kind of make it so they attack those other guys, and that's the game. I loved H.C. Bailey when he did this. He actually added Warcraft voices, like "Yes, me lord," and things like that. So he kind of made it interesting in that way. But I have neither the time nor the temperament to really do that much. That is kind of hard to find time to make these videos at all. But luckily, I don't have to wake up early tomorrow, so I'm staying up pretty late to record this. Later than I thought it would, because now I have to do post-commentary. But oh well. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I would have been doing more of these videos, but, well, like I said in an earlier video, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain came out recently, and I have been playing the heck out of that. But I'm done with that now. I haven't got 100% of everything, but I finished all the main story quests, and there are all these different challenges to do, but I'm just not interested. Mostly because I don't have enough time to do all that. I'm kind of prioritizing right now, so I don't play as much video games as I usually do. Just doing dailies on Final Fantasy XIV, and that's it, so I can get my cool weapons. But mostly my life consists of substitute teaching, delivering pizzas, going to classes, doing homework. That is my life. Oh, this is the big guy. Yeah, this guy hits hard and has high defense. So it's good to send everybody against him. I was hoping to have everything killed before he came, but oh well. And this will end up... Yeah, but he does 60 damage and it only takes between 12 and 15. But it's okay, I get him in the end. Otherwise I wouldn't be showing this. Boy, I really would love to do the whole Metal Gear Solid series. I mean, I've done Metal Gear 1 and 2. And Metal Gear Solid 5, it puts a whole different light on the first Metal Gear game, especially the last boss fight. That's all I have to say about that. It is crazy. A lot of people were really mad about the ending, and I'll admit I have mixed feelings about the final revelation, but all in all, I do like the idea of it. That's all I can say without spoiling it. But someday I would love to just let's play the whole Metal Gear Solid series, because it is amazing. Not Metal Gear Acid, though. I don't... Not those games. I'm not into those. And, not Portable Ops either, because that one's not even canon, really. But everything else would be awesome. But man, that game just affects you emotionally. There was one part of the game where I just had to turn it off, because I couldn't even play it anymore. I would just had to sit and be sad about something. But you should play it yourself and find out. If only I had the recording tools. Now I don't even have Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3 or 4 anymore, because since I sold my PlayStation 3 for my PlayStation 4, I had to sell those as well. Anyway, I won. And I love the little bit music winning thing, but there we go. So you win the fight. And I don't know what I'm talking about here at this time, but that's about it. Well, I think I was explaining my strategy there, because like I said, I was planning to fast forward that in my original. But you have 600 gil put back into the funding for soldiers. And you get the magic comb. That is awesome. That's a weapon for Red 13, and what it does is it says growth double, meaning any materia that is put in there gets double the AP, so that is very nice. Also, really good boost in attack. See, as you can see, his weapons are like combs, which is weird, but okay. But yeah, I'll put materia in there for the double AP effect, so that'll help level him up. And I'm also going to change Cloud's materia around here in a little bit. So first, yeah, I'll put the long range on him because I want him in the back row because he can take less damage while still dealing the same amount of damage. But as I come down here, there's also something else I realize, because there's going to be a fight coming up, not in this episode, but it'll come up in the next episode, where you want an elemental materia connected to a Chocomog materia in your weapon. Because if you do that, it gives your weapon or your armor, if it's connected to armor, the wind element. And I'm going to want the wind element very soon. So, I believe the attack of Chocomog itself doesn't actually have any element. Don't quote me on that. I believe the attack itself is not elemental. But if you equip it next to something that connected to elemental materia, it will give it the wind status, whatever. So I decided to put poison there, and then we are out of there. Now there's one more thing I go to do in this video, and it is another optional thing. Pretty much this whole video is just full of optional things, but very useful nonetheless. There's something at this point in the game, this is the earliest point in the game that you can find. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I don't know if you can see it on the map here, but I'll show it as soon as we get back onto there. This is something you will definitely want to find yourself as early as possible, because it's pretty neat. So I'm probably talking about it. I head over. There are now forests in the area. When you head into a forest, you will meet new, different enemies than just walking on the grasslands. But also in these foresty areas is something that I want to find. Of course, I run into a new enemy here. We get a nice back attack on it, on the Zemzalet. And because it was a back attack, we just killed it in one shot. Easy enough. But in the forest, I believe you can find this thing that I want to find on any part of the world map that has forests. But there's only like a 10% chance in this area. It's like the lowest percent chance. Still, I want to get it. But first I run into some new enemies here. Some really weird looking enemies. I love the enemy designs in this game. So, Kappa wires. And be careful because individually they don't do that much damage, but they're really fast and they can all, if they all gang up on one party member, they will kill it. So I'll use my mantra magic. And actually, I believe it's in this fight that I show off my, my Chocomog materia. So this is a summon. This is Death Blow. It summons another creature to fight for you. So you have a Chocobo being ridden by a Moogle. Hits everything. And boom. I believe it can also randomly cause the stop status on whatever it hits, but don't quote me on that. And randomly, it could also summon a different creature, like a 5% chance that I'll summon something else instead, and I hope to show that off at some point. Yeah, well, we have new enemies here. These guys are kind of annoying. These are formulas. But yeah, they're annoying because, once again, they're quick, and they also have attacks that can hit every party member. But they're not too hard to deal with. Just kill the crap out of them, and you're good. But these are not what I want to run into. Oh yeah, Cross Impulse. This is the annoying attack. Yikes. Looks like it hurt. And I saw that Seal Evil. I'm gonna have to show off a Seal Evil at another time. Because it's pretty good. Yeah, with Aerith right now, to get her level 2 limit breaks, I definitely want to have her killing enemies. Which I believe she shouldn't have that many left to kill. And I do actually get Red 13's new limit break coming up soon. Anyway, so what I really want to find is this enemy right here. Yeah, we're not fighting a monster, we're fighting a person. This mystery ninja. Let's get a nice sense on the mystery ninja and see what she's about. Level 17. I believe her level will be dependent on your levels. So if you're at higher levels, so will she be. Now remember, this is completely optional. You can miss this, but you don't want to. You really don't want to. Make sure you fight this chick. And she's really not that hard, honestly. I said hard, honestly. Anyway, you defeat her and she doesn't actually have a death animation or anything. So that's interesting, but that's where I get Lunatic High, the new limit break for Red 13. So that's neat. I believe it casts a Berserk on Red 13, but I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. But anyway, on the screen, be very, very careful. She can very easily escape, and you will have to do all that all over again. You have to do things very specifically with her, otherwise she just disappears. Yeah, that save point up there, do not use it, because if you open your menu at all, if you let her out of your sight, she is gone. You do not want to let her out of your sight. So, talk to her. And you will have some dialogue options. You want to choose all the correct ones. As a kid, I did not have a walkthrough for this game, so it took me forever to get all this right. I had to keep finding her and fighting her over and over. So you want to say, not interested. Yeah, she's an aggressive one, isn't she? Yeah, I'm petrified. You really weren't all that dangerous. But I mean, we are pretty powerful and have some pretty good materia. But yeah, wait a second, we don't want you to leave. That's right. You should come with us. Now this is the tricky one. Don't ask her name. If you do it, it'll open up the menu box to name her, and then when you close out of it, she'll be gone, and you have to do everything all over again. So just say, let's hurry. And if you do all that, guess what? You get a new party member, Yuffie. Yeah, baby. A completely optional party member, which is awesome. So yeah, Yuffie the female ninja, I believe she's 16 in the game, but she... when I first played this game, I didn't even know about this, so I didn't get her until way later. But I believe that this game and Final Fantasy VI are the only games with optional party members, and so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it sucked that I missed her on my first playthrough, because when you get to a certain point in the game, she will actually have her own little side story. Well, she's just as planned. She's acting a little suspicious. Anyway, yeah, she has her own story arc that we run into, but by the time I'd gotten her the first time, I'd completely missed it. So that sucked. But yeah, I want to get her on my team now. To the PHS, come on. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I want to, I'm going to replace Red 13 with Yuffie. Since I just got his new limit break, I want to now work on getting hers. Remember, my party choices at this point in the game are more or less based on limit breaks. I want to make sure everyone gets all of their limit breaks, which means they have to use theirs as much as possible and also kill as many enemies as possible. Yeah, she starts at level 17, same level as Cloud, so not bad. And so we'll put her in back because she's actually a long range. If you look at her equipment, she has the 4-point shuriken. So you can see in that fight she actually has long range attacks. Now, she already has some pretty good weapon and armor, so I'm not going to change anything. Just put a protect vest on her. She has the throw command, which is an awesome command. It is, well, it's a materia that makes the throw command. Basically, once you use it, you can actually pick a weapon in your inventory and throw it at the enemy for massive damage. You lose the weapon in the process, but it can be very useful. And then if you level it up enough, you can actually unlock the coin ability, which makes it so you can throw gil at enemies. The more gil you throw, the more damage it does. So you spend money, but you do damage. So that's pretty cool that we got a new party member and a new materia. I just think it's funny because she's so canon, yet at the same time, she is completely optional. You can go through the entire game without running into her or getting her. And she's not the only one, I'll just say that much. Hope I'm not spoiling too much. But we're all done with Fort Condor, we got Yuffie. So the last place I want to head is Junon, which is kind of hidden over here. And I do one more battle so I can show Yuffie off a little bit. She is in our party. There's that enemy that didn't get a chance to attack before, but it will get a chance now. And it barely does anything. So let's just, yeah, it dies pretty easily. So that is pretty much it for now. So now we are here at Juno. This is where they said Sephiroth was headed. Can we continue to follow his trail and find him? We're just gonna have to find out next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.